Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, the 26th of June. Driving into work here. I was up early this morning. Got a nice little 4-mile run in on the treadmill. A little bit of light reading. I kind of balanced out the. I did some sprints to kind of get my heart rate going pretty high. So usually when I lightly jog, my heart rate's in between about 100 to 115, and then when I, run at a 6 mile an hour speed or 8 mile an hour speed, it goes up to over 120, 130. So that's in and around my target range. The knee is feeling a little better. I do go in today to see the knee specialist. Just had to fill out all this paperwork for it. You got to take everything in there, x-rays, MRI, and all that. Kind of curious to see what he suggests or what, the future holds for me. I mean, do I need surgery or not? I'm not sure. But sort of anxious to see what's gonna come out of the appointment today. Yeah, so I do believe that because of this setback and my weight's gone up too. I mean, I haven't been able to work out as often as I have been, and so my weight has gone up. I've probably gone up about 8 pounds in the last month or so. And so, I mean, I got up to as high as 218, which for me is the highest I've been at in a couple of years. And that's just a combination of just eating on the road and, having to Uber food in every single night. And then, just haven't been able to exercise. But I'm making more of an effort to do it with consideration for the fact that doing this as often as I do is harmful to myself, because the knee issue, I believe, stemmed from consistently working out 5 to 7 times a week. I mean, that might be overkill. I don't know. But for me, I have this intrinsic internal drive to fulfill just the daily workout. I need it. It's one of those, I can't really explain it. If you've never felt it before, some people get it with food, some people get it with other things, but for me, it comes from working out and starting the day off. Like today, I feel great. I got my workout in, really pushed myself, got my heart rate up really high. And the thing I pay attention to on my Garmin, this is one of the reasons I love my Garmin Fenix so much, is that it gives me a consistent top and bottom heart rate for the day. So today, my low heart rate, resting heart rate was a 44, which is excellent, which is what I want. When I was working out almost on a daily basis, it was in between 42 and 50. And then when I couldn't work out as much, my weight went up to 218. It was over 50. I think it was in the 60s a few days. So some people are like, I'd love to have that. But for me, I have a high standard for myself, and I try to consistently push myself to stay on top of it as often as I can. So having a heart rate in the 40s is my target. That's my ideal resting heart rate. Because I was having to fill out that family history form for the doctor, and it was like, man, all these problems. I know I've had these in my family. It's like, and the thing is like, you have this. I don't necessarily think or feel personally that a lot of these problems are, they're genetic. It's like if you're born, and your parents have high blood pressure and high cholesterol and all that stuff, I believe that because your parents have it, it's probably because there's poor eating habits in the house, and therefore you're raised in that house for 18 years eating the exact same food. Yeah, you're going to have high blood pressure. Yeah, you're going to have high cholesterol. But, if your parents eat McDonald's all the time and feed you kale and tofu, it's the kids are going to have a completely different sort of genetic makeup because they're eating healthier. I think that it's not necessarily genetics. It's more nurture than anything. It's it's the way that kids are brought up is what creates them to be what they are. So it's, if you have, parents with diabetes, the kids are most likely going to become diabetic because they were raised with unhealthy eating standards in the house. So I think that with, the cancer that's in my family and the high cholesterol and the heart disease and the strokes and all that stuff comes from people choosing to smoke and eat like crap and not exercise. So yeah, that's one of the main contributing factors as to why I push myself so hard, because I don't want to have that be my sentence in life. I don't want that to be, oh, well, he's just like everyone else in his family. I don't want to hear that. I want to be like, oh, he's the exception. Not to say that I'm exceptional or that I'm better than anybody. It's just to say that, he had this family history and he chose not to fall in line with it. That's me. So I got to find out today at 2:00. So I get out of work a little. I'm going to work through my lunch today and then head in early, or head in there and go to my appointment and see what everything's going to look like. So I should have more of a better idea tomorrow. So I'm going to keep this about 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll let you know more tomorrow after the appointment. So have a great day. I'll see you Wednesday morning.